Happy Sunday, Rich.
Oh, hello. Is it on?
Sh- Shabbat Shalom.
And
Yeah,
I'm
I
here
think.
too?
Yeah, you're here. I got this thing kind of dialed in, bro. I got some good reps in.
Alright. That's good. Well, I'm
It's
making my coffee. Sorry, guys, if anyone, and no one's watching, but whatever.
no, but maybe someone will watch it later. Well, I'm drinking a beer while he drinks coffee because I'm a fucking man, and I wipe my own ass, and I can do whatever the fuck I want to do.
I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't. It's stupid for me to say that's true because it's obviously true. But why are you drinking a beer at 9 o'clock in the morning?
I've been up since 6.
Oh, so
I'm an early riser, dude. Um, so
okay. Well, even if you take into account those extra hours you've been awake and apply them, it's still only like 1 o'clock to you.
yeah, that's fine. Who cares, man? Why can't you drink in the morning? Who said you can't do it? Have you heard of brunch mimosas, yo?
I know. Well, I'm down for a mimosa, but in the morning or in the late hours of the morning. But a beer, beer's
That's a
like
cider. It's delicious
oh,
too. It's called a pie
oh,
creams. Oh my god, this is $6, but it's worth $6 in my opinion. There's worse ways to spend $6.
I've spent hundreds of dollars in worse ways.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Hundreds of $1,000. So I
Yeah,
want to do some little housekeeping. Get some really huge news about just the grip, dude. Like
huge,
really huge. I don't know if
huge
you've been
news. You
huge.
really hype this kind of stuff up.
It's huge news. And it's huge. It's so huge. Where that I got numbers thrown at me by a very huge man. He's a huge man, and he threw out
Oh,
some huge numbers at me, and they're
nice.
all hypothetical numbers too
Huge hypothetical numbers.
about selling just the grip.
Nice, cool.
So Mark Bell from Super Training Gym, I had a fucking meeting with him yesterday.
Uh, Explain who Mike Bell is to people who don't
Oh,
know.
so Mark Bell is like the powerlifting guy, and
Uh-huh.
I think he's like 600,000 followers on Instagram, and I think like 1.8 million followers. Let me open up um, a screen here.
Nas. I am looking at the stream, and the stream title is "The Lies We Tell Ourselves."
No, I changed it. Oh, I didn't hit done. There we go. How about now?
I'm
Is it
sick of
fixed?
telling the lies we tell ourselves. Okay.
Sunday chat with Rich and Papi. There you go. Just hit done. I hit it again. Okay, so let me. Where is my display capture? Window capture. Um. Damn, I didn't have this one ready. Sorry.
It's all right.
Um. Go, Rich. While I pull this up, why don't you tell me about your week?
My week? Oh my
I mean,
God.
just tell me like
It's
fun
weird.
stuff, some fun stuff that happened this week. Just a quick rundown. Like maybe you saw like a homeless man punch another homeless man or something like that, or saw a crazy lady at Trader Joe's. I love the crazy ladies at Trader Joe's. Those are like my funnest interactions.
I don't want to interact. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but I don't have the capacity to deal with it. I wouldn't know what to do, I guess. This week, well, as you've probably noticed, there's hella crazy weather around here, right? And there was winds that were really bad a few days ago.
How about the losses?
The what?
What about the losses?
What
Because
losses?
you said wins, it sounds like wins and
Oh,
losses. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
well, the wind
I'm.
knocked out basically all the power in like the peninsula for like 3 cities, and including Redwoods, well, where I am, and
You live in Redwood City?
yeah, yeah,
Dude, that's grip to live out there, dude. How much money are you making now?
uh, not a lot. It's public record, but it's enough. I get by. Uh, but half the entire cities, or like 3 cities, were out of power, but my building had power. So like, I was watching like the main street, which is like right next to me, and I
Yeah.
have all these cars on the street with no power. and they were just driving in the dark and stuff, and I was like a king with all my power on and my heater on and everything.
Yeah.
A little bad. I don't know, but I think it's ridiculous that PG&E can't keep the power on just from a little 2 day wind gush or whatever.
Yeah, it's pretty that's pretty crappy how they base dude. PG&E is just a racket in its own self, dude. It's just a racket. Um don't get me started. So,
Yeah.
first of all, let me talk about this. This is not trading information. Do not take this as something you should do. This is something I did. This is not
Okay.
financial
Sure.
information whatsoever.
Okay.
So back when the forest fires happened, right? And we had all those fires, and they blamed PG&E, right? And they were going after them like crazy. I fucking saw their stock plummet from like, I think it was like $15 to $3.
Yeah.
And then I went ahead and had bought as much as before because there's nobody else and this is why it's fucked up. There's nobody else in California that can have the infrastructure to provide electricity to the homes. There's nobody else. So
Yeah.
I don't understand why no one didn't buy their stock, because guess what happened when the court cases cleared? They fucking tripled in price. It
I
was
bought.
ridiculous. You bought
I,
by
I
PG&E?
bought a bunch
Oh,
because I was bored, and everyone was playing with Robinhood at that time, and that was right before the pandemic, or right around the
yeah.
pandemic too.
No.
Sure.
Well,
That's what-
PG&E stock. Did you
Yeah.
buy PG&E? Oh, it was so good, dude. It went from like $3 to fucking.
Yeah. It was
I
fun.
sold it all at like $9, like $9-ish dollars. Oh man, that was fun times. And I bought Tesla after that. But this is not financial department. But back to what I'm saying is, it's a fucking bullshit how PG&E has all the control and there's
Yeah.
nothing we could do. We should be like the French and have the government run the fucking electricity.
It's ridiculous at this point. As much as look, I'm all about like whatever, both sides most of the time, but like I things are the way they are. Like they're not gonna change unless something crazy happens. So that's why I'm just like PG&E. I've always understood it just has the monopoly over power and that, and so you got to just deal with the facts that they have that grab on all of it. But when all these fires and all these disasters, the San Bruno thing, that happened hella long ago that killed people, like
Mm-hmm.
all these things, like including the fires, the flooding that happened, and now these winds. It's like at a certain point, California or the governor of California should be like, dude, you guys have had reign over everything long enough. You guys need to be reviewed and audited in every aspect of your operation at this point, because it's too important to the state to have stable electricity, especially if the state is going electric everything, which is their plan. But if the company that's supposed to keep the power on sucks ass and is not stealing money, but gouging people for money
Oh my
in all
God,
these
are they
different
gouging?
ways, like something needs to happen. It's just ridiculous. There's too much that people have seen in the open now for there not to be someone saying something. Like Gavin Newsom should be saying something about it. The fact that PG&E sucks, and
You
still
think he's
after
getting
all this,
paid?
oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's getting cashed out for sure. Yeah, 100% is getting cashed out.
That's like asking if the sky is blue. That's why nothing changes. We already know the answer. But that I'm just talking in the world like, well, if we actually did something and people actually wanted to fix things, that's what should
Yeah.
happen.
Well,
Fucking get shit together.
so
Force them
kind
to get
of,
their shit together. Take over.
so one of kind of my Okay, so this is very like, this is crazy. This is my psychopath brain, right? So let's talk. Let's go. You're right about everything. First of all, you're right about everything you're saying. They should be audited. They need to be held accountable for what they're doing, and not because um they're a company, but it's because they control a resource that is vital to our existence. as we are today. Vital. Without them, I don't even know what we would do. You know what I mean? And that's something like that needs to be regulated to a point where its prime um, being is to help serve the people, not to be for a profit system, right? And I think that's the problem when with essentials. Essentials should never be a for-profit system.
Yeah,
like water is not necessarily a for-profit system. Sewage is not necessarily a for-profit system, and sewage is super freaking important. It's super important. If literally the sewage system would go down, we would die. There would be fucking disease would ramp. Everyone would have cholera. It would be a shit infested fucking plague that no one, I think, is ready for if that shit shut down. But the government regulates that.
But yeah, the thing is like a job like that, like regulating the sewage and stuff. That's like something people don't see very often or even think about, you know.
Yeah.
And then like, so because of that, there's not a lot of no one's really paying attention to that stuff. Things like that, their budget gets cut because no one's thinking about it. So now they're operating, you know, trying to take care of this essential role in society, but do it with like no money and with no help from anybody because no one cares about sewage or what's going on there, or it's the lowest priority because it doesn't, like, who wants to think or talk about that, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Even though it's an essential thing.
It's super freaking important. Like, this is why I get like on this thing, and I'm totally going off topic of what I was originally going to talk about, but I always it just comes to, it's like people just don't, if it's out of sight out of mind, I guess is just the problem with us as human beings. Like it's like, for example, like smoking, right? You know, smoking is going to kill you eventually, but it hasn't killed me yet, so it's not a problem, right? You know, it's just one of those things. Like, it's not happening. That's future Nas's problem. You know?
Yeah, I had a thought like that the other day. Yeah. Where I was basically vaping, and I was thinking about this. I was like, man, this shit's gonna fucking destroy me in like 10 or whatever year, maybe sooner, but it's gonna be a problem for me later on because right now I feel fine. But people do that all the time. It's all sorts of things, man. It's like, I don't know.
You know, and then just going back on like on this tangent, you know, I've been thinking about like not to be, you know, talking about like death, but I think about death a lot. You know, I mean, I've been thinking about it more and more every single day, and not in the sense of like, you know, killing myself or anything like that. Excuse me. Fucking beer. Damn, who drinks beer at 10 o'clock in the morning? Fuck.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
But I've been thinking about it in a sense of like, I hate, and it annoys me to a point where I get like high blood when people say, you know, when I'm retired and then you know, I'm gonna go retired and do this, and I'm gonna get my 401k, do that. I was like, what makes you so fucking arrogant that you're gonna make it that long?
Yeah.
Seriously, what makes you so arrogant to think that you're gonna make it that long? Like, honestly, like, there was this and this is kind of where it started. It was several years ago. I listened to this podcast. It was This American Life did a podcast about the lawyer that handed out the payments for the 9/11 tragedy. And it was revolving around him. And basically, long story short, like, everyone went to work that day thinking they were going to come home. And this is what he said at the end of the podcast, the reporting. He was like, don't plan too far out because you might not make it. If you're going to do, you got to be a little bit more spontaneous, because a lot of those people went to work thinking it was just a normal fucking day, and a fucking plane hit the fucking building. You know what I mean? The firefighters thought they were just going to go in there and then handle some business, and then they got lung cancer and they fucking died from it. You know, it's like, anything can happen. So I hate the thought of like, oh, I'm gonna when I make it this far, I'm gonna do this and do that. I'm just like, I'm trying to just live every single day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
you
But you
know,
said it. You said it in the last stream. Don't sell now or don't mortgage now. Whatever.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What did I say? I said,
Don't sacrifice the
to
future for now or something.
yeah. Well, I think I tweeted it, something like that. Hold on, let me pull it up. Um,
But
by
yeah,
the
I mean,
way,
I think about it all the time because my dad passed away pretty young, and early for me. I mean, I think he was like 49, maybe 50,
young
and
dude.
and from cancer. And so I'm like, I'm already 35 or 34, 35 at this point, and like,
I think you're
so I think,
34.
yeah, so I always think about it like, man, if I just got to make it to I'd be lucky to make it to 50. That's like the bar, I guess,
Yeah,
that's been set because that's where my dad passed away. And so I think about it all the time. It's like how many years I got left before I get to that point, and like
yeah.
what if I end up getting cancer sooner than him?
Shit, man,
Like it's always
that's crazy.
possible. So like yeah, so then I think about taxes and stuff, and like, dude, how much is money going into Social Security, and I'm not gonna get any of this shit.
I'm not even gonna touch it.
Fuck.
Hey, you know what? I was reading this article a long time ago where they were saying if you're basically our age, like there's gonna be no fucking
Yeah,
nothing
I mean
left for us.
I mean that's a big. I mean I think it's just a talking point, but it also is something that the GOP or conservatives want to do. They've always wanted to gut Social Security. It's a thing that it's a social safety net that the government provides. They hate that. The government shouldn't be doing that. So
I don't
I
know.
think it's
Like
something
it's
that
just
they
one
want
of
to
those
completely get
things.
rid of.
Here's the thing: is like people want to get rid of things that they themselves don't think they need.
Yeah.
Which is a stupid thing. It's just stupid. Like, just because you don't need it doesn't mean other people don't need it. It's like, I fucking hate bananas. I don't like eating bananas, but, so should we get rid of all bananas? This is like, no, wait. There's clearly people that enjoy bananas. So it's just so that's what I was saying. Like it's this non-empathetic way to look at things. Like you're looking at the world through a lens through your own eyes, and you don't
And
see,
that's it.
and that's
Like,
it, and that's
I
it.
don't
Because
give
it's
a
not,
fuck what anyone else is going
it's
through.
not, it's not a we thing. It's a me thing, and then I think that's the problem with most people. And what I said real quick, that week, oh my god, it just disappeared on me, you bitch. um, I think it was hold on. I just pulled it up. Stop texting me, people.
If you're in chat, press 1. If you're a bot, just sit there and be our viewer.
Be our viewer and be our best friend forever. Oh man, I've been dropping knowledge on Twitter, man. I'm still on this Rihanna hype though. Tomorrow is
Really,
never promised,
okay.
but okay, sorry. Tomorrow is never promised, but don't sacrifice tomorrow for today. So it's like a kind of an oxymoron in a way, because I'm saying YOLO, but don't YOLO. But
I
yeah,
mean,
it's just I think that you gotta. It's a scale thing, like risk versus reward, right?
yeah. And as annoying as it is this is a constant theme that always comes back that I've noticed, which is it always just comes back to everything in moderation. It's all about a balance of things. Like you can enjoy certain things, you can enjoy other things, but if you go too crazy into one direction or another, it always ends up being fucking insane, or it always can end up going bad.
Yeah,
It's all about
it's
it's all
pretty
about trying to
freaking
find
wild.
that happy medium.
I think you're 100% right. It's a little I you
But
know I,
there's some for a lot of people it's not enough. But especially when you live in a culture where everyone's like, I need to get mine. I need to always get the next big thing. Or you know how people are. Like I bought my fucking Audi. I love my car, but I always look at another Audi that I probably would like more. Like people always want something even after they just got something that they thought would make them happy. Like we're never happy here,
Well, here's the
especially
problem.
in our culture.
Here's the problem. It's this is the problem. Exactly what you're saying, and I suffer this too. I think we all suffer this in one way or another. It could be something material. It could be something emotional. It doesn't matter. It's it's when people find meaning and purpose in things that can be taken away is the big problem. Because if you feel like it can be taken away, you're going to want more of it, or you're going to want the best version of it. You're always going to want more of it. So if your main goal and your aspiration is things that cannot be taken away, self-worth, like things that you do by yourself, whether it's like writing for yourself, or creating things, making things for yourself, or just, it could be whatever it is, like going on a hike. But it could be anything, but it's something that someone can't take away from you. Then you hit enlightenment. You hit a point where you stop caring about everything else, because the thing that means the most to you is something you can provide, and something someone can't take away with you. And in the emotional aspect is that a lot of people are like serial daters, and they need someone to be around them, to love them and care for them. That can get taken away too. Your kids can get taken away. Shit, I know that. Loved ones can get taken away. You know that. We both know that. All that shit can get taken away. So I think we need to move into a more frame of thought of things that can't get taken away. And if you could do that, I really think people will be a lot happier. You know what I mean? And then everything else is just icing on the cake, like the nicer cars. I still want a gold-studded chain. You know what I mean? That's just icing on the cake. But you know what? You could strip me. You could take away my house. You could take away my wife. You could take away my fucking Tesla. You could take away all this shit, and I would still be happy by myself, man. I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna just live in the woods. I'm gonna try to befriend some fucking some wild dogs or something, some wolves. I was looking at my dog the other day. She's a Maltese poodle. I should pull up a Maltese. Have you ever seen a Maltese poodle?
I've seen your dog before. I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, but I don't think the viewers have seen a Maltese poodle. So I'm gonna pop up a Maltese poodle.
One viewer, if you've never seen a Maltese poodle, press 1.
How do you spell Maltese, Rich?
You're on Google. Just give it your best shot. Maltese.
Maltese poodle.
Maltese.
There you go. Oh my god, look at her. Look at these fucking dogs. This is closer to my dog right here. Right here. This one right here. That's super close to my dog. So I grabbed my dog by the neck. Gently, come on, gently by the neck. And it's like, I'm fucking gonna miss you when you die. That's what I said there. I'm gonna fucking miss you when you die. Oh man, isn't it the craziest thing in the world that we bring these creatures, right, into our families, right? So we take these creatures, we bring them into our family, we treat them like our children. Look at this fucking thing, dude. Look at this fucking dog. It's so cute. It's so goddamn cute. You just want to, I throw my wallet at it. It's so cute. And then we know we know how it ends. We know how it ends. Human beings are crazy, dude. We're the craziest creatures that ever exist.
What do you mean when you say we know how it ends? Like,
they're gonna die before us. They're gonna die before us. They are not gonna outlive us. Until like
you never know that.
You never know that, but you go into the pretext that you're gonna make it at least. Human beings are stupid, man. But I guess that's what makes us so special.
We attach ourselves to things. Like you said, we have to. I don't know. I think humans always have this thing where we have to have a purpose and.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And like
absolutely.
For people like who don't have much. I mean, it doesn't take much to take a pet in. I mean, there's a lot of work into it, but you could take a dog with you, and he'll follow you everywhere. All you got to do is feed him every once in a while.
All I'm saying is, I see a homeless guy with a cute dog. That guy's getting money.
Yeah,
So
I
there's,
think about my cat all the time. Like, I love my cat. I raised her since she was a little
yeah,
tiny kitten. I
I
found her on the
fucking
street, and
yeah,
I
murder
fed her.
someone.
I fed her every day for like a month, with a bottle. And then I think about the fact that she's 7 already now, and she's probably gonna die, or she is going to die
No,
eventually, and it's
eight.
gonna be
She
very
got to go to
sad.
solid. Hey, my
Well,
cat
not
won't
now.
die.
I don't think it's close to dying, but it's just sad to think about.
Oh, it's a terrible thing, but you should live in that abyss, dude. You have to live in there because it's gonna happen. And I feel like living in your abyss is a very healthy thing to do, because you don't want to live there. You just want to, like, hey, how's it going? You want to visit? Take a peek in. You don't want to go in there full bore, but because you'll only find nothing but pain. But you should, I think it's healthy to understand um, what is very potential to happen. It's a good thing to have those tools, because I really believe that we find the best versions of ourselves through hard times, tragedy. Like
Of
you
course,
know,
that's why media is littered with stories about things like that, because that's where you learn who you are. That's how you
yeah,
become, you learn your character. And people, but thing is, I feel like nowadays is no one pays attention to those stories or thinks about it
yeah,
anymore. So they're going through life blindly, right? And they
yeah,
think all these experiences that are happening to them are unique in their own ways, and it would only happen to them. And it's like, dude, like everyone, it's already someone's already been through this at some point in their point in time. And if you're lucky enough to, like, come across a book or a story or something that can kind of give you that look into their perspective, uh, then you can kind of decide in your own life, if a situation similar were to occur to you, how would you deal with it? And uh, what kind of person you actually are, is shown by how you do end up dealing with it.
yeah. Because you can play those mental games. You know what I mean? Like that story we were talking about last week about that family with a whose daughter
Oh yeah.
committed suicide. You know what I mean? It's like you have to play these mental gymnastics, and I think um I think hiding from adversity is only gonna make life harder. It's only gonna make it like for example, like, people talk about these participation awards, or everyone gets a trophy now. Like, yeah, that I feel like that's the most selfish thing a parent can do, because you're taking away you're making it easier for your child, so you don't have to deal with the hard conversation. You know, you don't have
They
to
weren't
tell them
good
it's
enough to earn a medal.
yeah, like, oh, you know what, you get him next time. You didn't have to do the hard conversation. Like, I think that's one of the biggest problems with that. Not only does the kid not know how to lose and do it gracefully, and how to overcome loss, but I think it's a cop out for the parents. So when people say this, like, oh, participation stuff,
Mhm.
I think it's just a cop out for the parents, because they don't want to do the hard talk. You know what I mean? Like sex ed, they don't want to tell their kids how penises and vaginas work, so they have teachers do it. You know what I mean? So it's like they don't want to deal with that. So it's just lazy parents, man. It's all the parents' fault, man. Fuck my dad.
Dude, but like, who knows what your dad was going through? He probably was
I
not
know,
ready to
man.
be a father, and he was
He
like,
was
"Man,
definitely
fuck
not ready,
everything."
man. He was just like, I'm trying to make more kids, yo. I'm
I'm
just
trying
like,
to fuck, dog. Like, I'm not trying
I'm
to
just
raise
trying
no
to
kids.
fuck. Dave Chappelle had this great joke. He was talking about abortion, and he was like, you know what? I'm pro-abortion. I'm like, it's your body, you're right. Your body, you're right. So if you want to kill that baby, that's on you. And hey, you have my, something, something. But if you can kill that baby, I should at least be able to abandon it. It's the funniest shit. He's so fucking right, but he's so wrong at the same time. That guy's a genius.
No.
It's obviously a wrong thing.
It's a joke. I think it's a funny joke, but I wouldn't say that just go and attach that it's 100% right to reality.
No, it's not right. I'm just saying.
Come on, man. Like in one aspect, the problem kind of ceases to exist. I mean, except emotionally, probably for most people. But like when you abandon a kid, the problem doesn't cease to. I mean, for him, it ceases to exist.
Yeah.
It doesn't cease to exist for anybody who has to take care of that kid or the kid himself. After that, I don't say the two are equivalent, but to me, it's a funny joke.
Yeah, it's a hilarious
But that's
joke.
the thing is like with comedy now, dude. It's like we don't have to go and try and like how I just did and make it not okay when I know because I know that it was just a joke. I have consumed a lot of stuff. Why do you have a fucking malt?
It's
Whatever.
adorable, dude. People will click on this just to see this dog.
Yeah. I just think that's where comedy has been so weak nowadays. Is that it's hard to make jokes like that because even though that joke has an aspect to it that I wouldn't 100% agree with, it doesn't mean that I can't consume it and enjoy it for the fact that it's for its comedic effect.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, you know how much fucked up shit was said by like all the comedians we used to enjoy on Comedy Central growing up? Like, you go back and watch that stuff. A lot of that stuff that they said probably would not fly these days.
A lot of it would not fly.
You can't even watch Eddie. You would not be able to watch Eddie Murphy's Raw and Uncut these days, which is like one of the best comedy specials ever. Because people are so programmed to get upset about things now instead of just accept the comedy for it being comedy and not it being an attack on whatever it is that the person is making a joke about. But
it just goes back to my whole bananas thing.
It's also getting muddy in the fact that there are people out there who don't understand what comedy was like or what it's the way it's used and are using comedy in a way to attack people. And that's where things start getting crazy and weird, and it's hard to decipher who is a comedian that's actually just trying to be funny and tell a funny joke, and a comedian who's actually weaponizing comedy and attacking a group of whoever that's can't change the fact that they are what they are or who they are, blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's basically the bananas thing I was talking about. I'm not saying get rid of bananas. I'm just not going to eat it. So if you don't like this kind of humor, just don't consume it. It's that easy. But, people...
Or just stop trying to purify the humor.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. The joke's not perfect, but the joke is just funny,
it's just crazy.
That's all it wanted to do was make you laugh. It wasn't to try and make this huge point about abortions and society and what's right and wrong. It's just a joke.
I think the problem... I think that it's just like the thing is like people want to project their feelings. They want people to feel what they feel. You know what I mean? Like whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. Mostly bad things. So if you always want to bring people down, man. And I think these people that can't be like, oh, that's just a comedic humor, but it's not for me, and can't walk away from it, is like those people probably already in their day-to-day lives try to bring everyone down to their level, and I don't fuck with people like that. Honestly, I just stay away from them. And when you have any type of notoriety, because like, yeah, I don't have the biggest notoriety on YouTube, but I get a lot of people to just talk shit, like a lot, and I kill them with kindness. You know what I mean? I use jokes because you can't fight fire with fire with some of these people.
Yeah. Well, talking shit gets a reaction,
Yeah, but if you react to them in a like a comedy like thing, like it's a lot chiller. What is happening here on my screen though?
Right, yeah. You got a border surrounding me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened here. Oh, I know what happened. I did that. So yeah, it's like.
Anyways, so huge announcement.
Oh wait, let me do this joke first, since this is the reason why I put this thing up. So this is my dog right here, and as adorable and as cute as she has a lot of anxiety. She's riddled with anxiety. So I went to the vet, and they went ahead and they prescribed her a medication for Xanax for her anxiety, and so I guess now I have a prescription for myself for Xanax. It's a stupid. It's a joke I saw there in the week. I love it. I love it. I know. I stole it from a female comedian who had terrible tattoos, and I just wanted to do it real quick because
I'm gonna say it. I'm so sick of tattoos. Like,
oh.
Everybody, I'm just like I'm so much more happy to see someone who doesn't have tattoos on them than seeing someone who does, or like more interested in a person who has none than
I
people
just
who has them, man. It's so,
I semi agree with you. I semi agree with you. My thing is, this is my thing. Is this like, if you don't have a full sleeve, you shouldn't have your arms tattooed. I mean, your hands tattooed, sorry. You shouldn't. I feel like that's a prerequisite, and I think it's just clout chasing because you're just going to wear a long sleeve. I feel like you have to put in the work in a weird way. You have to do the full arm to get your hand tattooed. I don't know why I feel that way. Maybe because I went through that. But people that don't have sleeves and have hand tattoos should go to hell. And people that have throat shots that don't have aren't like, if you have two sleeved arms or you have full sleeved arm and you have a throat shot. So throat shots when you just fucking wrap the throat. That's cool. That's badass, right? Or chest, big chest. I'm just saying you just can't do the throat shot and hand tattoos. So I saw a couple guys, always white boys too, always white boys. They have their throats covered and just their hands. So anything anyone can see is because it's like I'm only getting this tattoo now. Oh, this is where it's coming from, to show people that I have this tattoo. Where I feel like that kind of defeats the whole purpose of tattoo. So that's like buying a nice car at that point. You know what I mean? I'm buying a Ferrari so people can see me in a Ferrari. You know, so I think that's where that those feelings come from for me. So.
Why is the throat tattoos like so a thing now? It's just because it's badass for certain people, or it
looks fucking cool, man. I'm gonna actually have a appointment April 26th to get my throat done. So here, let's talk about throat tattoos real quick. So I've always wanted to get my throat blasted. I thought they looked badass. I saw some chick on Instagram one time, like a couple years ago. She had an elephant on her throat. I was like, that shit is so badass, yo. But she was full sleeved up, man. She was inked. I mean, like, she had, like, her tits and everything was inked up. You know what I mean? So she was full bore. She was about that life, gang. And then I was like, oh, shit, I got to get my throat done. So this is back when I was still, like, personal training full time. And, you know, like, personal training has its ups and downs. It has more, you know, I think it has more ups than downs. But obviously, it's a sales job. And so, it's like, it does give you a bit of instability with you know, you lose or gain clients and stuff like that. So it's always, you know, it's always good to know that you could do a backdrop and go into something else. So my wife, you know, she was just like, well, you should stay away from your throat because, you know, like, what if you need to get like work at a bank?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, funny enough, 2 weeks later, I went to a bank and this lady had her throat shot. I was like, babe, they're hiring people with throat shots. And she was like,
dude, because at a certain point, this is my point, is that everybody has tattoos now. So
yeah.
At the point where, like, the bank has to hire them because otherwise there's not going to be anybody working. Because literally everybody has a fucking tattoo now.
Yeah, so I've been like, that was a while ago, and I so before that I just went ahead and got my hands done just to scratch the itch. And I love my hand tattoos. They're like one of my favorite tattoos. But
I don't know. The thing that made me think about that was you had posted on your IG the other day an old video of you. You were working like on a work.
Oh, no tattoos. Yeah.
Had, like,
I can't believe I had my shirt off on that video.
But you know, you look clean without the tattoo, and it's just it's such a thing that you don't see so often. I think a person who just doesn't have tattoos, or like the majority of
Yeah.
like their upper body being visible and not quickly seeing some sort of tattoo there. It
Yeah.
was like, it's not like I was tattoos or something I think about, but the fact that my brain, like, that was one of the first things that it triggered in my mind, was like, oh hey, there's, his body looks clean almost because there's no tattoos
he looks
on
he
it.
looks dirty now.
No, well, I mean, what do you want me to say? Like,
Yeah,
there's
it's
a difference
fine.
between having clear skin and seeing that, and
Oh yeah,
having
look, we should show
tattoo on.
the viewer. I'm so inked up now. It's crazy. But yeah, so going back to, I am gonna get my throat shot, but it's still kind of on the fences because I have to clear it with the wife, and she's kind of like 50-50 about it because she got to look at me. I'm not being an asshole about it.
50-50 on it, then you shouldn't do it.
No, but I'm not gonna do it if she says no. Here's the
Oh,
thing.
okay, there you go.
I'm not gonna do it if she says no. Like that's just arrogant of me. Like I'm only gonna see it when I brush my teeth. So it's like she's gonna see it way more than me, man. And that's just me being understanding the situation. But it's either gonna go that or I have another piece I'm working on my leg. So,
Yeah.
but okay. So when I first dabbled with the neck tattoo, right? The idea of a neck tattoo, I wanted to do a turtle on my throat, like a big fucking turtle. And then my wife was like, "Why the hell do you want a turtle on your throat?" I was like, "So I can walk around telling people I have a turtle, like I had a turtleneck on." I would have done it just for the fucking joke, dude. That's how much I don't care. I do not care that much. My tattoo artist is amazing, and he would make it look dope. And we kind of sketched it out, and my wife was like, "Do not fucking put that on your neck." So I got my daughter's name on my neck that day instead. Which actually I love, which it was a good call. That's why you got to check in with your wife. She's the one that knows you the best. So she's the one that you gotta defer to her or him or whichever you have, or he, she, or there, or whatever pronoun you're using, or your spouse.
Why does it? I guess that's just a style, right? The whole neck thing, like that's a style.
Yeah,
Days, right?
it's a
Like,
thing, man.
right on their breast, their chest plate, like right.
Yeah. So yeah, there's two spots I will never get tattoos. Well, obviously my dick, because that's fucking ridiculous.
Why not?
But definitely not my chest and my back, because they're pretty good qualities of my physique. Is my chest and my back, so I never really want to cover them up.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why. I definitely want to get all my rib cage done. So I have one on my right, so I want to get my left done.
That rib cage is like the most painful, but I guess
It's pretty gnarly, dude. They hit that last rib, dude. You feel it through your whole body. I felt that when they were tattooing my lower rib cage. I felt it in my nutsack. Oh, it was just weird. But honestly, for me, the hardest tattoo was probably my shoulder and my neck. Just because, not because it hurt. Mostly the neck was hard because you naturally pull away. That's like your natural thing. Like someone's fucking has something sharp on your neck. You're gonna not want you want to jerk. So it's like hard to sit still. But my shoulder was just very painful for me because I got fairly lean shoulders because I'm so fucking jacked.
If you're in chat and you have a tattoo, press 1.
Press 1.
Okay.
I'm so freaking jacked, so it's just like there's no fucking fat there, so it's all muscle, so it just hurts the whole time. So it's just not fun. It's just not fun, but
That's horrible.
yeah, my wife just got her full arm sleeve on her
really?
left arm. Yeah,
Does your wife have any tattoos about your child too? Did she get any?
Several. She has several. We have a constellation after her. She has the coordinates to the constellation. She has a couple small, like, pieces that kind of commemorate her, and then she has her name as well.
Oh, that's cool.
So she got a lot. I got her name twice. I got it on my knuckles and on my neck. I had to do the knuckle thing, right? So I had to get these knuckles covered, right? And the reason why I put her name on there, because I was so lucky that her name fit on my knuckles. her first and middle name. But mainly the reason why I got my knuckles tattooed is because of I thought my hands look like chimpanzee hands without my knuckles done. Like literally, I thought that they looked like this
Right click on
without.
it and press open a new tab. Whatever. Uh-huh.
Can you see it?
Oh, so because of your Broly tattoo, that's Broly,
My,
right?
yes, Broly and a Tibetan skull. So without these knuckle tattoos, I thought my hands looked like monkey hands. So it
That's
looked like
kind of cool though. That's
I
funny.
thought they looked like monkey hands, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta get this tattooed." And then,
I mean, it still does. It's not like the tattoos on your hand, on your across your knuckles, like, and make a huge difference.
like to me,
I think it
I
looks
don't have
cool
monkey hands.
either way.
I don't have
Okay,
I don't have monkey
and
hands anymore, and that's the reason why I got my knuckles tattooed. Just
mhm.
because I didn't like how it looked, and I chose my daughter's name because it's an easy win. So you're like, okay, oh yeah.
That's cool.
All right, the big exciting news. I'm not gonna go in too much detail, but so this is Mark Bell. Um, this is his YouTube, 623 followers. His views are not getting the great, but some of these got 8 million views. So this is Mark Bell. He's the powerlifting guy. He's fucking jacked.
Yeah,
He's super
we get
huge.
it. Move on. Tell us about what
Um,
affects you now.
so oh man, I did this to his brother right here. This stuff right here, this happening in this clip, I did this to his brother the other day.
Hmm.
But I showed him how to do it by himself. That's what's the beauty of Just the Grip. So right now, we're just talking about working together with Just the Grip. So
Hmm.
whether there's a capacity that he becomes, like we not necessarily merge companies or he just becomes a partner, but we had like what I thought was going to be a 30-minute like meeting. We chatted up for nearly 2.5 hours. We
Oh.
just like we became best friends. We were making fucking butt plug jokes and everything, dude. You're getting along when you're making butt plug
Yeah.
jokes.
You guys got on the same vibe.
We got on the
You guys were
same
vibing with
vibe.
each other. Uh-huh.
We got on the same vibe, and then we went over the product line and everything, and it was just super, or it felt super organic. It felt and it just I don't want to get too much into it, but it
Yeah.
was just a really good conversation, and it's looking like we're gonna do a little bit more work in the future together, and I'm just super pumped, super excited about that, and yeah, that's it. That's the really big news. I did that yesterday. I drove down to Sacramento to have that meeting, and it turned out really really well. Yeah,
Dope.
yeah,
Cool.
it's big things, man. Big
Hopefully,
things.
things, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm just gonna pull up the puppy dogs again because I fucking love them.
So the big thing on Twitch right now is that um yesterday one of the bigger streamers, Aiden Ross, the guy who I told you I think last week who had restreamed the Super Bowl
Uh huh.
on Kick, um he got banned from Twitch last night. Uh
Wow, That's pretty big. Why did he get banned?
no official word yet,
What's the
but he was
speculation?
banned. The speculation is because of the fact that he announced, I think, that he's going to kick, or I think he signed something. I honestly don't know the full details because I don't really care about Aiden Ross that much. But I mean, it's going to turn into an interesting story, or it already has now. But I think he did officially sign something with Kick, and now he's a part of that platform. And I think Twitch, like I said, dude, that website is literally kind of just a copy of Twitch entirely and just restreaming a lot of Twitch stuff there. And on top of that, it's already getting crazy over there with people streaming porn and women just being naked and uh, literally doing Twitch things, but uncensored and however the fuck they want. So it's the wild, wild west over there, literally. Uh, and so I mean, he got banned, and he's dude. It's so obvious. Like, and this is it goes back to the whole Andrew Tate thing because Andrew, I don't think I made this clear to you enough. What when Andrew Tate started growing, a big part of it was he was on Aiden Ross's stream on Twitch. Andrew Tate, Aiden Ross was Andrew Tate's way into Twitch and becoming familiar with Twitch and getting out there. And Aiden Ross just totally clinged on to Andrew, and Andrew must have planted some sort of seeds in him because they have taken root. And and Aiden went from being like this clownish, funny young guy who just does stupid shit on stream, right, to now like this guy who wants to be the voice of a community and say that that Twitch is a woke liberal culture. So it's starting to already shift into back into the culture war thing now, where Twitch is now going to be perceived as the place where liberals and the woke people are, and Kick is going to be the place where you can get the unfiltered reality of whatever that these people think um, they're being censored from. And that's what it's turned into basically. So now, the whole culture war of whatever's going on out in real world, um, even though that also affects the digital world and social media, is being brought directly to Twitch. In that Twitch is now being represented as the left, and Kick will be representative of um, I don't even know what the term it would be if you're not woke, I guess. Like I guess normal to them, what they think is normal. Uh and yeah, that's where it's at basically. So Aiden banned, and most likely a bunch of other streamers um that we're talking about going to Kick, I think probably are, and I don't know if they've been banned, but they're making it out to look like I said, this other community that's been upcoming features a lot of people of color, mainly black people. And so, like I was telling you before, that's bringing in a lot of new people to Twitch, which was good. But now with this whole thing happening, it's making it out to be like, oh, look, like Twitch isn't the place for people of color like this. Look, they're banning all these uh, high profile black streamers uh, for no reason or whatever, despite the fact that they're doing all this shit on Kick and doing it for dumbass reasons.
Well, you know what? All I have to say is Twitch does privacy, their policy and privacy thing, and I guarantee if you read through that, they can ban you for any fucking reason they want. So I think the problem is people thinking that each platform is like a free democratic fucking state, which is not. Is this is our party, and if I don't like you, you're fucking out. And I think that whole morality thing, when you're working at, especially for a company that's for profit like Twitch, it's owned by Amazon for God's sake. If your ideals are stupid, they don't matter in these spaces, right? They just don't fucking matter. And what Aiden Ross is doing, he's just being the next Hitler. He's blaming somebody else for the problems, and he's profiteering on it because it pushes people in his direction. Basically, we could say Aiden Ross is Hitler. He's doing the same shit, dude. Okay, this is how they do it. They blame somebody else, and then they take all the problems and they put it on something. And this one is Twitch. It's not we're not talking about Jewish people. This one, like, in that, but he's doing the same thing. It's like the same story every single time. Your problems are because of these people. You should hate these people.
They're otherizing people. That's always the first.
It's always.
I wouldn't say Hitler because that's like a direct hit on a specific person. It's fascist. He's being like a fascist type person. Like, look, I can solve all your problems. I know what's right. These people are your issue. And
I'm just saying Hitler said the same shit, bro.
He's fascist. But to Aiden Ross, to Aiden Ross, Twitch is Hitler because he can't say the N word, and he
Here's the
can't
thing.
because there's you know, hot tub streamers, and that's immoral. But him showing all his chat porn
Yeah.
video the other day is fine, you know, or
It's
it's so
it just
transparent. But the thing is that in the middle of all of this, you know, while you and I can see through it all, there's tens of thousands of kids who just want to watch Twitch TV, who they think is what they think is entertainment, are being told by this moron that, you know, someone's trying to silence you, and I'm the one who's gonna liberate your voice. That's not even being shut out from anything. I don't know. And
that's
it's
why
all
they
just
should
for
have.
their own personal profit and gain, dude.
Yeah.
And people just follow them because it's so crazy. Like,
Yeah,
and
people want
that's
to be part of something, and whether it's Aiden Ross or the Nazi Party,
or
Andrew Tate, they just want to be a part of something. People are lonely, bro.
That's what happened. That's what happened when Andrew Tate went on Aiden's stream. Andrew Tate taught something to Aiden, and Aiden took it, and he's running with it now. The only thing that sucks for him now is that the guy who taught him is in jail,
Yeah,
because otherwise they would still be working with each other. You could already see that they were
yeah.
conspiring to build something together. Because
Here's my
go ahead.
here's my question to you: Is do you think what Twitch did was right?
In banning him?
Yeah. Do you? Oh, better yet, do you think Twitch had the right in doing it?
Yes.
Okay.
I think that they definitely, like you said, this is a private company. They can do whatever the fuck they want.
They do whatever the fuck
like
they
you
want. This
said-
ain't Twitter.
You know, these companies, people are trying to, they can do whatever they want, and you can get upset about it all you want, and you can call them whatever you want. The fact is they can ban you if they didn't like something that you said for whatever reason. But they don't do it because it doesn't look good, because then they get because then they get pointed at as being a place that censors your voice, blah blah blah. And that's what the right has been doing in all social media, because the right sucked ass, and all they had is legacy media and old ass, what's his name, the guy who died, Rush Limbaugh on the radio was all they had until the internet came and they got Ben Shapiro and blah 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 on YouTube. But
I like Ben Shapiro though. I'm not gonna lie. I like Ben Shapiro.
Well, I don't want to get into that right now.
I just think he's kind of a weirdo at the same time, but he's smart, and I can respect his genius.
But you know, that's always a technique of the other side, which is to say we're being silenced because
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because one side is dominated by the left or whatever.
It's
But
just
not
another.
it's not the
It's
left's fault that all your content is fucking trash, and all it does is it wants to piss people off by
It's
saying-
incites.
Yeah.
It's fascist. It's fascist content. Oh wait, that's a good way to put it. A lot of right shit is fascist, and a lot of left shit is pretty fascist too, in a lot of ways. You know what I mean? No one
Extreme, yeah.
No, there's no one is absolved from this, but it just seems like the right is a lot more blatantly, you know, they're more like in your face about it than the left is, for sure. But then you still have those crazy ass leftists, women Karens at Trader Joe's all the time.
Look, man, when one side just wants everyone to like coexist in some particular way, and another side says, "No, you don't exist, and if you do, I want to kill you."
Yeah.
Come on, I can't.
I can't
And,
fuck with people like this, man. It's hard, yeah.
But that's the big thing right now. So now there's going to be this whole culture war surrounding Kick and Twitch, and Aiden is going to be the face of it. On top of unfortunately, every other person of color streamer who's super successful right now is now going to be forced into decide whether they have to be a part of Kick culture, which is the culture where, you know, all these people are supposed to go to now because it's where your voice will be heard, or are they going to now stick with the perceived liberal
they're going to stick with Twitch. They're gonna stick with Twitch. Same reason why everyone's still on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, and they're not on Donald Trump's thing. And the people that are on those networks, like the Donald Trump, I don't even know what it's called. I just know it's like True Social. No one's fucking on there except for people, like-minded people. Yeah. That's it. That's all that's gonna. So Kick, only people that are gonna be on Kick are people that think like people on Kick, and that's it. And the fact is that business model is shitty because it's
That
too one-sided.
their
You
business
need a
model.
business model that needs to be in the gray. Like Twitch, it's in the gray. It does a little bit of everything, and it's still willing to ban you for going too far to one edge.
That
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
The crazy thing about Kick is that
How do you spell
it's
Kick, by the way?
it's K. It's just like Kick, Kick.
Oh, okay.
Um, that their whole business, the only reason they exist is because of the gambling thing, the gambling getting banned off Twitch. But think about that the gambling lobby on the internet is so big and with so much money that they are willing to just straight up build their own alternative website because they need to get this going because it's so profitable for them. That look at to the extent that they're going to now where I mean put Aiden Ross to the side and just think about the fact that gambling got banned off Twitch finally. Not even all gambling, but stake.com gambling got banned off Twitch. That they said, all right, well then fuck it, we'll build our own Twitch with gambling and hookers,
I
and
would
we'll
have
make
done the
it
same.
better.
I would have done the same. I would have done the exact
Okay,
same thing.
well then, yeah, go for it. But like you said, that whole entire platform's existence is being propped up by just gambling. So if you're a person who actually wants to become big in content
Yeah,
creation, you
they're only gonna
actually,
get Aiden Ross. That's all they're gonna have is
yeah,
Aiden Ross like counterparts, and it's like there's nothing there for the majority of the people. So this whole fight is just stupid because he's gonna lose because
I just
people don't want to just watch gambling and porn. If you want to watch gambling and porn, you can first of all you can go get your porn yourself.
seriously, but for some reason people want to watch it with Aiden Ross and tens of thousands of others in chat. But
Honestly,
that's what makes Twitch fun, is doing that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
But you know what? He can do that in Kick now, and people are gonna probably. I think those people that are gonna like that kind of aspect are going to do both. But I still think Twitch is gonna win no matter what because
It's
you
the
know
safe, like it's the safe
it's
bet. It's the safe bet because it's
you get everything you could want on Twitch, right? Like I'm not a Twitch watcher at all. I'm not, but I could understand the appeal of it. I understand the appeal of it 100%. It makes a lot of sense to me. It's like a whole community thing. It's the same thing as CrossFit, dude. CrossFit was all about community, and Twitch is all about community. And the fact is that community doesn't fly on Twitch, so people are gonna leave it, do that community over there. But I'm telling you, 90%, probably 95% of the community wants what Twitch is right now, and not what fucking Aiden Ross wants. And he's just pointing a finger and saying that's the fucking bad guy, so people feel sorry for his fucking. I was about to do the F word.
yeah,
Not gonna do it because I've got banned for saying that before.
yeah.
But he's being a punk ass little bitch, man. That's what I'm saying. He's being a punk, dude.
It's
He's being a
crazy.
punk.
It's I've never watched him, but I've known about him. But it's crazy to see the change between what he was to after meeting Andrew Tate and
Yeah,
now what he's trying to be. And it's
you're.
just like I'm watching this kid, like I said, just someone who is entertaining and fun that a lot of the young people like to watch online, who could have made a career out of that and just enjoyed life, to someone who wants to find a way to rug pull his audience instead of just enjoying what he did. Like
Yeah,
now it's like now there's a grift that needs to be grifted and I need
yeah,
to do it. Like
yeah.
he, he has
It's like that whole those whole Bitcoin things, like with Logan Paul and all this fucking this. Oh, you should buy this fucking NFT. And I don't get me on NFTs. I've been trying to convince my friends not to buy NFTs for a fucking long time because I didn't see the value in them. But yeah, they're just trying to make money out of their viewers. And you know what? I told you this several times. I cannot respect people at all who illicitly mislead their constituents, their viewers, whatever you want to put it, their consumers, in selling them something that is false for their money. You know what I mean? Like that's something that's not true, and I can't stand people like that. I think that's literally you need to be fucking tied to a fucking wheel and broken on it, and then brought back to life, slowly recover, and then broke on it
Hey,
again. You know what I mean?
careful. Yeah,
So it's just like, yeah, fuck this guy, man. Fuck him. You know what?
crazy.
Good luck. Good luck with that. Because I know for a fact that, bad things happen to good people and bad people, but terrible things happen a lot to terrible people. And this Aiden Ross kid sounds like a terrible fucking person. And then his best friend, Andrew Tate, is a good sign of that.
Seriously. I mean,
Hey man, you play with fire long enough, you're gonna get burnt, dude. You're gonna get burnt. Unless you're Donald Trump, because that motherfucker got the cheat code.
well, the thing for him is that he worked his way into the one place where you can't get in trouble, which is
Yeah, man.
basically
Strong.
the government. I mean, not
Yeah.
the government, but the executive branch, I guess.
Yeah.
Once you're in there, it's like because you're at the highest level of literally the
Mm-hmm.
country, and the country itself is not going to admit that it got it fucked up in a way, and it
Mm-hmm.
let someone
Yeah.
bend all the rules, like because then
Yeah.
it makes it seem like, well, the
Too
bull's
big
too
to
bad,
fail, basically.
yeah, they can't admit to it, and they never will. I mean,
Yeah. So yeah.
that's why he won't face any real consequences, or it'll get dragged out, as much as I wish it would, but there's certain points there are certain points where the rules don't apply to you anymore, because if they were, then the rules themselves end up getting uh, broken, corrupted. I don't know. I can't think of another way to put it, but
Yeah, you're right. There's
yeah.
a point where your influence or money or power, whatever we're gonna put it, just puts you on a pedestal that can where you cannot technically be touched, and it happens. But
But
I don't
and even
know.
in the microcosm of Twitch, like in this small world of it, like, then that's where Aiden probably thought he was. I don't think he did. He probably tried to see, can I do all this stuff and still continue to get away with it? And yesterday Twitch said, "Nah, dude, like we're gonna ban you."
Yeah,
So,
we're gonna ban you, and I
but you
think
know
I
who
think they have.
does
Yeah.
is another person in that same community, which is Kai Cenat, is the other big streamer I was telling you about, which is even bigger than Aiden, and who's also doing like this huge subathon where he's going for the most subs ever, and he has almost 240,000 subs, which is insane. Uh, and I don't know, it's crazy. It's just it's I forgot where I was going with that, to be honest.
It's a lot, man. That's a lot going on there. So, yeah, I think for people like Andrew Tate, Aiden Ross, and it's funny that their name is like ba da 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 da. They're it's the same name, like three syllables or something. um,
It works. It's easy to remember.
yeah, it's easy to remember.
Yeah.
It's just with these people, man. They're grifters, man. They're snake oil salesmen, and it's unfortunately 70% of Americans can't tell the difference between fact or an opinion. So 70% of people are gonna fall for these fucking assholes, and it's just not even just these assholes. I mean the assholes on both sides. It's just like people are gonna fall for it, and I think the problem and is that, and especially something I want to do for everyone I surround myself, is to question fucking everything, dude. You should question everything and not take everything at face value. Uh, do your damn research, and then that way, and look at both sides. That way, you can have the most informed answer in the world. And if you don't do any of that, don't say shit at all, because that's all bullshit you're spouting. So no more
Dude,
bullshit, y'all.
that's crazy. Yeah.
But yeah, fuck this guy.
If
Get
you
this guy
watch
out.
10 seconds of Aiden Ross talk, the craziest part is like the dude's literally an idiot. Like he doesn't. I mean, he might be farming a little bit on how dumb he is, but man, the guy is so. That's what probably made him so. That's what made him so entertaining to these young people. I could see why,
Mm.
because you're just laughing at him for being a dummy. But when he starts crossing the realm from being that dummy clown idiot, dude, that's just fun to watch, to a guy who's that, but also trying to preach to me what morality is and what's right and wrong. Like, dude, yeah, suck my dick, dude. Like, you're not gonna be the one to try and tell me what whether Twitch is a moral place and whether Quick Kick is and what's right from wrong, dude. Get the hell out of here.
I think the whole talk about morality, right? Okay, that's pretty good, huh? um, the thing about morality is that there is no such thing as morality. You know what I mean? Like, we can argue this day in, day out, moral, unmoral. There is no moral or unmoral. There's just like to pick a side is stupid. You know, it's just like it just goes back to like the fucking Jesus. Just treat people like you want to be treated, and then we're fucking good. Just don't be a dick, basically. Just don't be a dick. And the thing about platforms like Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all this stuff is these aren't people. These are businesses. These are businesses who main purpose is to make money. So when your main prerogative is to make money, how can you pick a moral side? How do you pick a moral side?
Every action that these platforms do is not for morality. It's for their best interest.
It's for money.
Going to make us the more money. If telling people not to call people the N-word or calling people all sorts of horrible things is good for business, that's what they're gonna do.
Exactly.
If we lived in a world where calling people names and doing this and doing that was okay with society for some reason, and no one gave a shit, and people actually preferred it that way, they would make it. They would do it if it meant they could and they made money.
Like the whole Black Lives Matter movement, where Adidas, Nike, and all these fucking companies, oh yeah, we support Black lives. I'm like, of course you're gonna say that. Of course you're gonna say that. Because think about it this way: if you're a publicly traded company, it is by law that you do everything in your power to make your shareholders whole. It is your prerogative.
Yeah, it's their job.
It is by law.
Yeah, they have to be profitable.
So when people tell me, oh, we're looking for the moral platform, all of this, these are fucking companies, yo. These are companies, and they're there for profit. And then I got in this big argument about, like, not a really big argument, like some of my viewers about, like, you know, being a fan or like being against the company just because they're a company, or oh, you just hate them because you don't like their like them as a company or whatnot. I was like, no, I'm just it's a morality, and like, I mean, it's not morality. It's just like, it's, you should be super. You should always put companies that are for profit under a microscope. You should always be looking at them and being thinking. Like, I tweeted the other day, I was like, Apple, please, I love my iPhone and my MacBook. Charge me more so you can stop killing Africans in this fucking cobalt mine. Just charge me more. Like, I know what you're doing. Just charge me more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the way when you say that, I saw that tweet, and you know, I respect it. But you know, in Apple, the way they would do it is, as a corporation, they'd be like, all right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna charge him more, and we're gonna still continue to pay.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what?
That's great for profit.
But yeah, it's great for profit. But here's what you do. You know, like the whole like not giving people chargers anymore because we're trying to be more green. That's all bullshit. It's all to save them fucking money, and it's their prerogative to. And I can't hate them for doing it. What I'm saying is, you as a consumer have the right
on your high horse that you're working with Apple, or you're buying Apple and you feel good about it because you know that you're not getting the charger because you're saving the planet.
Yeah, so be like me. I have an electric car. I look at it as a sense like, I fucking know that fucking Africans died for this car. Like, literally, someone got lung cancer now because of this fucking car, and I'm part of that because I'm the one who bought it. I'm the one that spent my money and I bought it. So the most immoral thing you could do is not buy the car. It is to buy the car or the phone or the laptop and not acknowledge that people are dying for this product. That's the most immoral thing you could do. It's not the company's fault because that's their prerogative to make money. It's the consumer's fault who want to be blind, who want to go into it with blinders on, thinking the fucking world is perfect when it's not. And I think that's the huge thing, the huge issue, and it's the huge issue with the left and the right is because people don't want to point the finger at their own side and ridicule them. They want to be like, "Oh, I'm this team, so I'm team this, so I gotta always back everything." It's stupid.
Just be
It's
team
fucking
you.
stupid.
You know?
Team you.
And then when a topic comes up, don't say, "Well, I'm gonna be on this side or that side." What's the side that you think is right for you, or that you
Yeah.
think it makes
And
sense?
do your research, right? Do your own research. Don't take it for like I heard one person said that, and really think about it. You don't even have to do research. Just play some mental gymnastics with it, and really think about, empathize both parties. It was like, okay, I can see where they're coming from this, and I can see where they're coming from that, and then you figure out where you fall in line, and you might fall on one side or the other, or right and dab in the middle. You know what I mean? Like with like the whole Apple and all like battery situation. Like I fall in the middle. I'm not gonna give up my electronics. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna live in the woods. You crazy? You fucking crazy? You know, I had this joke real quick with Mark Bell. We're talking about the Tesla, right? Because the Tesla, all Teslas have that autopilot, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you don't keep your hand off the steering wheel long enough, it locks you out. I was like, no, that's it. We're taking it away. You have to drive the car. But the workaround is to stop the car and then turn it back on. So like you go full stop, put it in park, and you put it back on, and it resets it, thinking like it's a new trip, right? So that's how you do that. And I was telling Mark Bell, he fucking laughed. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna fucking drive my car like a peasant. Make it drive itself.
Didn't they recall that because you said it didn't work?
Nope. It works perfectly, dude. It is better, especially when it's raining super hard because our weather. Back to our weather topic, dude. I can't see the road sometimes. Maybe I do wear glasses, but it's not that bad. The autopilot can see the road. It's like it's beautiful. It's like fucking pissing. Like you can barely see 10 feet in front of you. The fucking car can see it. It's so beautiful, man.
I've been driving long enough. I've never driven so bad that
I'm just saying you drove off a cliff already.
That was a bright and sunny day, you know. So for you to come up with like this, oh well, you know, it's
amazing,
so
dude.
hard, and the radar could see through the rain. Fuck you, come on.
It's so amazing. I'm not gonna lie.
On the road with you at that time drove through that rain with.
I know, but I was on my phone when I did it. Everyone's like, "Oh my god." I'm over there watching YouTube, dude. I'm just fucking. I'm the worst fucking driver in the world. This car made me a worse driver.
Yeah, I believe it.
What? Okay. There's yeah. I just go on autopilot. I just go autopilot all day, every single day. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, I don't blame you. You have a commute. Like,
yeah.
I wouldn't fucking want to drive that either.
I was doing that to go down the street the one day. You know the best thing about it though is if you're gonna like change your station or you're texting somebody back, you could just really quickly go to autopilot. You don't have to worry about stopping. It'll stop at red lights. It'll stop in front of the car, and you can just do your text real quick. It's actually kind of safe if you know how to use it properly. It's like actually you're probably a better driver because most people are still gonna do the text message.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So I think every car should have. I honestly can't wait for a world where there's nothing but autopilot and you can't drive anymore because like fuck, you could do whatever you want. This is like, oh, I want to go drink. Oh, I want to fucking jerk off in the car while I'm driving. You could just do that now. You just can do it. I can't wait for that day where you don't have to drive anymore, man. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be less deaths and everything.
I mean, don't we already spend all our time doing those things anyways? Like,
I'm just trying to get more, bro.
Just more time that you have. Like, driving a car was an activity, and now you're replacing that activity with the same activities that you do constantly all the time anyway.
I'm just saying when you commute for like over an hour plus every day, man, like just being able to chill.
I get it, but you're talking about deleting an activity that was awesome for so long.
Yeah.
Just so
but
that because
think about all the lives we're gonna save though. Fuck those people. I want to drive my car. Just think about it, dude. We're gonna save so many. There's gonna be no more drunk drivers, dude. You know how many people I know that got killed by drunk drivers?
Those people could have gotten Uber and going.
That was before Uber. But I'm just saying, like, it's just gonna save more lives, and it's just, I think it's just the way to go, man. We're stupid creatures. We buy dogs knowing that they're gonna. First of all, we buy dogs, and we know they're gonna die.
Stupid creatures, but we have proven that we can do fucking amazing things. We've been driving cars together with each other on the road for however many decades now, and look, we're not perfect at it, but
Every 40 seconds, someone dies in America from a traffic accident. Every 40 seconds. That's the statistic. Oh yeah, you want to 40 seconds, bro?
like, okay,
how many? We've been streaming for an hour. How many people died already?
That's true. But that doesn't mean that having a Tesla 100.
No, it's not. It's not having a Tesla. I'm talking about all cars having autopilot. I mean, all cars are self-driving. All cars. I'm gonna Google this real quick.
Because think about it, dude. Even if we have the possibility of an auto-driving car that leaves us with the opportunity to drive it, we still find a way to kill ourselves. So.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be killing ourselves. Yeah, but it's at least we get this one out of the way.
Whatever, I don't care. I'm not. No one's taking my car out of my.
Okay, I was.
Car off a hill. I'm gonna fucking do it.
I think I was wrong. In America, 46,000 people die every year from car accidents.
So we're gonna.
We're gonna take it away. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if you like, that's what I'm saying. It's like this whole thing, like, oh, like it's like this is mine. I don't want you to take it away. It's like it's all about the common good, right? Like, I mean, also, if we do more good, it's like.
For me personally, I'm like, okay, I don't want to lose my driving. I'm going to drive till I die or whatever. But if someone were to say tomorrow, hey, we're going to take away this as the way we drive now and change it with this new way because it guarantees people won't die, then I would be like, fine, whatever, fuck it. But that's never going to happen. It's
never say never, man. Never say never. That's one thing I've learned. Never say never, man. You think things not going to happen, eh?
No, because I know it's never going to happen because we're talking about businesses and companies and also the government.
Who do you think it control? Who think is going to be selling these cars?
It's not going to change. And why do you think that they're being forced to recall it and tell people that it doesn't work, even though, like you said, it does work?
It works so well.
A lot of pushback.
Oh yeah, it's fine.
It's not going to happen because, I mean, look at what they're going through.
All I'm saying is eventually, I don't know if we're going to see it, but it's going to happen. The right to drive is going to be taken away. It's going to be taken away.
It's all about methods of control.
Yeah.
I was watching the other day, really cool video about the methods of controls that societies used and how societies went from being it went from being like super I'm trying to remember how it went, but like everything right now, the way our society is based on control of people, and that control is through things like us having our phones and being able to drive, because having our phones and going through all that data and all the things that we do, all that information gets gobbled up and can be sift through to figure out who you are and what you do and how we can control you and what we can sell you and blah blah blah.
The sell thing for sure.
And driving, also the same things. We know
where you're going
to get to your job and where it's gonna take, how long it's gonna take you, and blah. It was a really cool video. I gotta find it. I'll send it to you eventually.
I feel like it's I feel like, you know, this. I always feel like this conspiracy for government control is to me is when I think about it in a nutshell, the government can fucking even budget their own fucking navy. Let alone do they fucking have the capacity to find or care about what every single American and controlling people to do. I think what the government does is it tries to find a way where it can lead you in a certain direction, right? They want to lead you, just like this fucking Andrew Tate and all these. They want to lead you to a direction that helps their common goal. They all want to do that. When you look at the whole system itself, even if you look at education, it is based on the it's a military. Shit, I'm gonna destroy this, but it's based off the Prussian military system. Education is based on the Prussian military system, which is a system where there are no people that stick out. Everyone follows the line, and our education is still based on it. They're like outliers are always casted out. You know what I mean? You have to follow the rules. This is how it is. This is how the system is made. Like so.
I think at some point, it like you said, the government can't even budget their own navy correctly, or even I see it. I work in government, so like I could see how shitty
It's so
government is.
incompetent. It's
But
crazy.
yes, it's very incompetent. But at a certain point, it wasn't like that, and that was at the very beginning. And all these mechanisms and all these processes and methods of control were all set in place a long time ago, and
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna.
what led to things the way that they are now. But like you said, that style of military training and education, at some point it was like that, I imagine. I mean,
No, it's still
I'm
like
pretty sure
that.
it is. I'm sure they try, but come on, the the cat's been let loose out of the box. Like in
No.
the 2000s, people are no longer the everyone's the same. We are all individuals. That's the big thing right now. Is everyone
Yeah,
sticking out like a sore
but
thumb now? Like we
but
were
the
talking about
problem is
tattoos and dyed hair and
if you're
piercings.
going
It's all
into like any school system or basically any like high level like corporate system or even
yeah.
in the
You need to be
government,
uniform.
you need to be uniformed. You need to start in the line. But yeah, if you want to be an outlier, you have resources now like YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, all these other resources to be who you are. And when you think about it too,
You know
like the
that's.
worst systems are there are the ones that are based off this Prussian system, which is our
I don't think they're the
whole.
worst systems, though. I don't think that they were the worst. I mean, in a way, I could. I mean, I don't think that they're the worst systems because of the product that it achieves at the end of the day. Like
Yeah, but
it's
it always
very.
takes an outlier to make so like you look at let's look at Steve Jobs for example. Like he couldn't do what he wanted to do with the where he was at, so he left that to create his own thing. And I think the problem with creative people in general is they tend to leave systems because the systems don't revolve around creative people.
You're kind of right, but that's where it goes back to what I was talking about. That everything takes a little bit of medium to it, but but when you start when you like take something like a very uniform system, like you were talking about, like the super boring, everybody's the same, and I said that system isn't in my opinion necessarily bad because at the end of the day, what that system outputs is
Oh
usually
yeah.
the product, but that product sometimes it's boring or it's just yeah it's the product we needed but is it the product that we
You
wanted or
want.
people
Yeah.
wanted, and that's where someone like Steve Jobs comes in handy or the
Oh
creative
yeah.
outliers help because now you got a mix of it, and that's what people
Then
should
you get
always
it. Yeah.
understand is like if you take
Hmm.
a little bit of one thing or if you even take a lot of one thing but you still mix in a little bit of this, it can
Hmm.
make something even more incredible. So you take
Yeah, that's
something,
why I
you
lace
take the
cocaine in my
uniform.
weed.
So you take the super uniform, boring style of work method,
Yeah.
but then you attach a Steve Jobs who can be charismatic and have these crazy ideas
Hmm.
for these products that can revolutionize the world, and you mix those things together, you can make something very crazy out of it. And
Yeah.
so that's why I still
I agree.
appreciate those boring uniform, hey, you have to do things in this manner, even though it's a bitch to always
Hmm.
follow these strict set of rules, but these strict set of rules are there so that our output of whatever we're trying to do is quality shit at the end of the day. And
Uh huh.
that has gone away at this point in time. We used like
Hold on,
let's say
Rich. You're gonna hold this thought. I gotta piss so bad. Hold this thought. Sorry.
One person in chat, press one. If you're listening, my point was that these days everybody feels like they can make their own thing now, and they can for the most part. But that thing isn't always the greatest product out there. And not too long ago, media used to be dominated by movie studios and music companies that would create these great things that we all enjoyed because they had a uniform system to create that stuff. But it got all about the money at some point. And when the internet came, all that uniform style of work was broken up, and now you can just make whatever you want yourself because we have computers and programs that could help us do that. We can make our own music. We don't need to have a record producer and all that shit. Now you can just do it yourself. But most of the time, when you do it yourself, it sucks compared to what others and a whole group could have helped you make. What's up, new chatter? Don't know who you are. No one's talked in chat for an hour and 40 minutes. Talking about all sorts of bullshit.
Man,
I was talking to myself. Well, he can't hear me yet.
what are you saying?
I was talking to myself while you were gone.
Oh,
You
nice.
told me to hold on to that thought, and I wasn't
You
gonna be
lost
able
it.
to remember it, so I just started saying it while you were gone. So whoever's in chat, they heard what I was trying to say.
They heard everything. They heard
But
everything.
I'll just do a too long didn't read version of it, which is basically everybody, well, hey, there's me, Broly. That's me, all right.
Oh wait. All right, everyone in touch? Chat.
Yeah, we're all here.
Oh, okay, so yeah, go on to what you were saying. I agree with everything you're saying. There's a balance to everything. Like, and it's funny how those creative people become the next Prussian structure at the same time. They become the next structure.
Oh yeah.
But the way it works just cuts out creatives.
You know, like we were talking about, at the front of the scenes, it can look like this person is super creative and this company is super creative, but you go into the back end and it's just a factory building phones, and just normal, you know, production line of uh, building. I mean, it's
Uh
nothing
huh.
special. It's not magic, and because this guy is creative or anything.
Okay, let's just segue a little bit. I was watching this video earlier today. Um, I gotta wrap this thing up pretty soon too. And it was leaks in the new iPhone 15.
Hmm.
Oh, which iPhone iteration are you on, by the way, Rich?
I have the newer one.
The 14 or the
14
13?
Pro, 14.
Did you
There's a
get the Pro
14 and Pro.
Max? The newest is the 14.
I got a Pro.
Oh, you gotta go Pro, bro. So here's my real quick take on the phone is okay. Like the three most expensive things you own is typically your house, your car, and then your phone. Right? Out of all those three things, which one do you use the most? I probably use my phone way more than I'm in my house and more than I'm in my car. So I always say you should go hard on the paint when you buy a phone. Buy the fucking phone you want. Get that much memory because that's the thing that you're gonna probably use the most in your entire life is gonna be that fucking phone. So when people tell me like, "Oh, you're upgrading every year," I was like, "Yeah, I use this thing all the time. This is like my baby." You know what I mean? I fucking can't live without this thing.
Still fine. The upgrading, like I never got why people hate on people who upgrade. I mean, I
Yeah.
get huge trade-in value every single time, and
Yeah,
also my
750
phone,
bucks, man.
and every time my phone's usually paid off anyways. So like,
Yeah.
I'm
Every
gonna
2 years.
like imagine not using that value that's left on your phone, and you hang
Throw,
on to it, and that 750 bucks that they were willing to give you. I think they gave me $1,000 for my last phone, to get this phone, and I was like,
Oh
why
yeah.
wouldn't I do that? I got this one for free, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So, back to the topic is, guys, you should always upgrade. If you can afford it, if you can fucking do it, you should always go for the big. And plus, if you do the 2-year plan, it's like $34 a month. Like, who cares? Like, if you don't have $34 on your phone, we gotta make some better life choices, y'all. You know, maybe we gotta make some cuts
People
somewhere.
don't make life choices.
You know what I mean? Like, like you gotta eat at home sometimes.
Money. We're American.
You know,
They don't teach us anything about money. In high
yeah,
school or
fuck.
anything.
They don't teach you anything about money or how credit works. Shit. It's so stupid, but whatever. But real quick, new iPhone 15 has USB-C. It's gonna be. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. And the pros are gonna have 10 gigabits, so you can transfer like videos and shit like that. You see that? It's that quick. It's gonna be amazing. So I was gonna get the 14 Pro, but I'm gonna wait for, because I have the 13 Pro Max. I'm gonna go for the 15 Pro Max when it comes out in October or September. It's probably gonna get sold out. This one's gonna sell out for sure with a USB-C.
Yeah. Probably.
What are your thoughts about it?
I don't fucking care.
Oh yeah, I thought that was a pretty hot topic.
Well, I mean, it's cool, but I mean, it should have had USB-C like 3-4 years ago or something.
You know why they have it now, right?
Because
do you
of
know
the
why?
European regulation or whatever,
Yeah.
being forced to put it in.
Thank God
But
for fucking the Europeans.
That's my thing. Is like, why would I get like we were talking about earlier? Why would I get excited when I know they should have done it before, but the only reason they didn't was for their own personal interest and gain.
Yeah.
Like, so
it's a morality thing, but I understand that
cares?
they're
Like,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
well,
it's cool.
yeah, I
I'm
care. I
happy
care a lot.
That's gonna be. I mean, my iPad right here has USB-C. I barely use it ever. Like, I mean, to me, I think about stuff like that. Maybe because for me personally, I'm not a big content creator, and so I'm not transferring huge files between. But I could understand, when
The
it
use
does
case behind it.
Yeah, because like if like, what my annoyance with Apple right now is that I have the newest iPhone right now. It uses Lightning, and I can't even plug it directly into my M1 MacBook Air. I mean my MacBook Pro, because there's all these different connectors everywhere. It's so fucking
Yeah,
annoying.
it's a pain. So that's why I'm gonna hold off for the 15 rather than get the 14. Which M1 Pro do you have? The 16 or 14?
What do you mean?
16 inch or 14 inch?
Oh, 16. 16.
16?
Pro.
Oh, nice. Did you get the 1 terabyte?
No, I don't. I didn't. I never use hard drive space like that. I just
512?
I put 16 gigs of memory. And,
Yeah, I got.
And whatever else.
Dude, I got mine. I got the 14. I just got the other day because I had to upgrade because I was using the M1 Air, which was great, but I had the 256 and I was constantly running. I couldn't even run Final Cut Pro half the time just because the stupid rendering thing and the files were getting so fucking big. So I went to the M1 Pro, 14 inch, 16. I think they all come with 16. And it's game changer, dude. That thing's a game changer with 16 gigs. Like when you run x86 programs on OS, because they use Rosetta to run them, it's so bottlenecky and it's so worth the 16 gigabytes, dude. Like all my 3D modeling stuff runs better. Going through tabs run better because if you, God forbid, you have fucking Final Cut open and you go to Google or you go on Safari, it's just a slogfest. But guess how much I got this thing for with a trade-in? 512, 16. Got it for 1100. That's pretty fucking good, man. It's normally fucking 2000. That's a good fucking deal because they gave me like 350 for my M1 Air, but it's a good deal. I love it. I fucking love it.
Use it to make shorts for your DIY for these chats.
Yeah. No, that's your job. I got like 4 videos I need to edit. And Final Cut Pro, have you used it yet?
No, I use DaVinci. That's what I was learning on. It's free.
DaVinci Resolve. How much is it free?
Yeah.
Dude, Final Cut Pro is fucking $300. But it's not like Adobe or anything like that. Because it's a one-time fee. It's not, you don't have to do subscriptions or anything. I'm okay with that. So I'm playing with it right now. Maybe I should download DaVinci Resolve.
the reason why DaVinci is good is because when you go and try and teach yourself, a lot of the videos are on that. Except for like higher end content creation, obviously, there's going to be Final Cut Pro videos, but finding stuff videos when I was trying to teach myself YouTube video editing, finding videos that used DaVinci Resolve was hella easy. They're everywhere because everyone wants to make, everyone's trying to learn how to video edit. And
Yeah,
so
I follow a
uh,
couple people for Final Cut.
and so DaVinci was the one that's free. It has a lot of tools, easy to
What
use.
do they sell you on DaVinci Resolve? Like, what's the upsell?
Eventually, the upsell is just, more functionality in the program. So certain like effects or whatever,
Hmm.
uh, probably with all the fancy stuff.
Is it
But
a
it has a
subscription?
lot of no. I just no.
How much? No, no. I mean, like the upgraded version is a
Uh,
subscription,
I
or
don't
is
know.
it like one time payment? Because I'm not doing no subscription. It's the only thing I really liked the aspect of Final Cut
Yeah.
is because it's not subscription. It was like $300. All right.
I mean, it's a high upfront fee. I mean, I've considered it. To me, I'm like, if I'm serious about this, $300 is nothing.
Yeah.
To have an actual. First of all, it's Final Cut Pro. It's like the OG greatest video editing program out there.
Yeah.
Uh, so I mean, it's worth it. And like you said, you're not dealing with fucking subscriptions. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
that's the
some
way
bullshit. That's
everything
why I
is
hate
now.
Adobe for that, man. I hate Adobe for that because I would have the Adobe, but then I don't want to deal with all the subscription. Like it's like a $90 subscription a month, and they give you a bunch of shit. The way they give you value is they give you a lot of shit you're probably never gonna use.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're giving you 15 programs that you're probably only gonna use 2 of them though. But we give you value. It's like I fucking hate that. I fucking hate that.
And it's
But
also a bitch to unsubscribe from what I've heard too.
oh yeah, it's not
Or
easy.
I think even if you buy it, you have to buy it for like a certain amount of time, and if you unsubscribe from it early, like I forget, you still get charged for that whole amount of time. Which I mean, I don't know.
Well,
It's something I don't remember
this is
exactly.
why. Okay, so let's. I gotta go after this. I'm kind of loving. Like, I'm a huge, not necessarily a fanboy of the Apple ecosystem, but Apple, when you buy anything or you subscribe anything to their app store, they make it so easy to take it off. They're like, nope,
Yeah.
it's gone. So I don't understand. I can't in my head can't understand why people still use Android because not only is Apple more secure, they protect your data a lot better, and they make it a hell of a lot easier for people not to scam you and for you to get rid of subscriptions that you don't want.
Yeah.
Like they make it very simple.
Well,
The
it's
only thing that they do very piss poorly is that goddamn fucking iCloud storage notification that is full that they con you into spending $10 so you can shut them the fuck up. Because
I
I'd
have
spend nine.
Yeah, so I have the 99-cent one, and I've let it get full, and man, the way they just fucking
Oh my
scared you into trying to buy it, like they almost break your phone trying to get to buy it.
they know they
Because if you
broke
click on
me.
it, if you click on it and then you try and say no, I don't want to buy this, like it's be like, wait, are you sure? Like you can't even leave the menu. Like, no, dude, you need to buy
it's
iCloud right
it's
now.
the most I was like, god damn, and it's like it's so hard.
I did
Oh,
it. I went and deleted my backups and made some space. I said, "Fuck you! I'm not buying.
you know what? If
Paying
you
my
say
99
that,
cents."
I think because I've been spending, I think it's like been well over a year, so I've probably given them at least $180 already just to shut them up, just so they could be quiet. I've used like maybe 20% of that thing.
All right, I gotta go use the bathroom. So let's
All
finish.
right, I gotta go. All right, Rich. I'll catch you later, homie.
Say goodbye to your one
Thanks.
viewer, unless it's us.
I think that's me. Bye, viewer.
Okay, bye
This was
viewer.
fun. All
Have
right,
a good
late.
Sunday.